So one more time, hello to each of you guys. I hope that you are doing well. As discussed before, in our tonight session, we will just work on the assessment task too. I will help you. So if you have any volunteer to share your screen, I will help you and we can go step by step with each other to each question in task two. So do we have any volunteer to share the screen? And then we can work in each question with each other. I will help. So do we have anyone? You just need to share your screen, just that.
Uh, Assessment 2 or assessment 1?
Assessment two. Assessment one is short answer questions, and I leave it for you because you just need to go to Vic Uni policies and procedures, and it's asking about Victoria University privacy policy. So it's just short answer question. I leave it for you. But assessment task two, it's talking about some practical activities that you need to do in Microsoft Azure Lab. So
Yeah.
are you
Uh,
happy to share your screen, Porty?
I am happy, but I haven't. I only started with one question.
I will help you. I will help you. Don't worry. So
I still haven't started. I just finished my assessment 1. I'm yet to start with
that's okay.
assessment.
Yeah, we will do it with each other. So if you're just happy to share your screen, we can work with each other. Okay, thank you so much, Porty. Cool. So yeah, just send down your assessment. Oh, is it task two? Yeah, okay. So please go up. Okay. So let's you go a little bit down. Document to submit. Okay, so as you see, it says this document with answers written in the spaces provided, plus an Excel spreadsheet. So not only you need to fill this template with your name, your student ID, and answer the questions here in the template, but also you need to complete an spreadsheet, which is dataset one client contacts formatted in Excel format, and upload it plus this template. For the screenshots or video demonstrating how to set up and implement security control, it's up to you if you want to take a video, or I'm happy even if you take enough screenshots and insert it into your assessment task as well. Both of them are fine and it's up to you. If you reckon that creating a video of your screen will help, that's fine. If you want to take some screenshots with a snipping tool, that's totally fine as well. But if you're taking a screenshot, just make sure to take a screenshots of all main steps to show that you completed the task. Let's read the first one. It says for this task, you will need to convert and reformat the data in an Excel spreadsheet. So let me see if we are recording. Yes. So it says that you have an Excel sheet in CSV format. What we need to do, we need to go and reformat the data in the Excel sheet. Yes, in the Excel sheet so that it's in a more easily retrievable format. To complete this task, you will need to access the Excel file below, which is located in the additional resources section in this unit. Data set one client contacts.csv. So if you go to your view collaborate and go to additional resources, please. Yes, so you can see the data set in the middle. Yes, so there is a menu. Just click on that drop-up menu and download the CSV file. Just next to the, yeah, one more time, if you please go back to the view collaborate. There is a menu on the right side. Yes, so you can download it from here. And when you click on download, it goes to the download folder or any other location that you want to download. Okay, download. And here you can save it. And as you see, it's a .csv format. That's okay, Mac. Okay, so you already downloaded the file and it's in your download folder. Okay, cool. So what it says, the assessment says that you need to open it. So click on the file on .csv file to open it, please. Okay, cool. As you see, uh, there are only two column A and column B. So if you just click somewhere in the here, if you just click between column A and column B, you see in column A, there are so many different type of information, like the ID, like name, address, and etc. As you see, yeah. So there are two columns. If you just double click or click between column A and column B, it will split the column, so you will see the whole data. This type of having data is not favorable because it's pretty hard if you want to search, if you want to find a specific name or find a specific ID all of those informations are only in one single column. What it's asking us to reformat this data. How to do that? How to reform this data in this CSV file to separate ID, name, address, city, and mail in four, 5 different columns. In order to do that, just click on the column A. Yes, so you select the whole column, and yes, great. So you can go to data tab, and in data tab, you see text to column. Click on text to column. Here, as you see, when you click on text to column, it says how to convert text to column wizard. It has a wizard, and wizard will help you to separate different types of data. As you see, it has two options. The first option is delimited, and it explains what is it. It says delimited characters such as commas or tabs separate each field, and the other option is with fixed width, and it says fields are aligned in columns with the spaces between each field. So what we want to do, we want to separate ID, name, address, and city and email. And as you see, they are separated not with a comma. It's like a vertical line. We call it pipe in cybersecurity. It's a vertical line between the ID, name, and email and address. So click next. Here you see that it says, how do you want to separate your data? The first one has a tick as tab, semicolon, comma, a space, or other. So as you see, data has been separated with a line, with a vertical line. It's not semicolon or comma or a space. So you just need to untick tab and tick other. And in the box, you just need to put that vertical line. If you want to know where is it, it's under the backspace in your computer. So just put that line, that vertical line. And what you are saying the Excel to do, you are saying that, look, go and separate data between these vertical lines. So it seems that it's okay. Just click on next, please. So everything looks good. And then you can click on finish. Okay, do you want to replace it? Yes, click OK. And there we go. So you see that now our data has been separated in multiple columns. The first column now is only ID, and the second one is name. The third one is address, city, and email. You can see that now they all have been separated. So it was pretty easy how we did that. Firstly, you just need to click on the column, select the whole column. Then on the top, you need to go to data tab. In the data tab, text to column. Then when you went to the text of the column, you just need to say delimited, click next, and after that, you should say not colon or semicolon. I want to, yes, thank you so much for repeating that. Clicking others, untick tab, and click next, next, and done. It just takes a few seconds. The other things that you can do now, your data are in a very good format. As you see, for city, you have different cities. For address, you have the addresses. For name, you have the names. If you want to search, for example, for a specific name or for a specific email, you just need to go back to your home tab or by Control F as well. And if you click on find and select, yes, you can search for anything that you wish. We don't want it because the assessment doesn't ask for that. It just says that when you reformat the data, you will see data is comprised of 100 records, and then you need to separate it by ID, name, address, city, and email, which is fine. Now, another thing that you can do to even make these spreadsheets even nicer or even better, you can select the whole data. How you can do that? You can select the whole cells, or there is a cell between A and 1. Yeah, if you click there, you will select all the data. Then in your keyboard, just press Control T, Control T, T is standing for table, and then tick that box which says my table has headers and click OK. And click OK.
Sorry to interrupt you. Seems
Yes.
like you're a bit fast actually. Just saw in the chat actually. So maybe we have to a bit of
I know,
slow
yes,
down.
we should be a little bit slower. So we repeat the
Mhm.
whole process one more time, and for upcoming questions, we will be a little bit slower. So
Yep.
click OK. Okay, so now you see in the first row, we have a header for ID, for name, for address, city, and email. For example, um, click on the city drop-up menu. There is a drop-up menu in the city. If you just click on that box, yes. So here you have all the cities. As you see, it's ordered alphabetically. All the cities are here. If, for example, you are looking for one specific city, you can just untick, select all, and imagine that you're looking for a specific city like Bras. Just tick that one. Yeah, BRA. Or you can tick the box, so just delete all of this. Yeah, delete it. Unselect. Yeah, and then select that one. Click OK. So it will show you only the fields in the Bras city. It seems that your Excel stuck. So we repeat the whole process because a couple of our classmates they said that we've been pretty fast. So we repeat the whole process again. So close your Excel sheet. Is it your Excel or?
My Excel is actually stuck at the moment, so I'm
Yeah,
just
okay.
trying to, yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So just go to, yeah, just click on the applications and then in the type and name, just type Excel. On the search tab on the top, just type Excel. Okay, and right click and end task. End task. Okay, cool. So we repeat the whole process one more time. That's the CSV file that you downloaded from the View Collaborate. So we open the file one more time. Cool. We just click between column A and B to extend the length of the cells. Then what we did, firstly, click on column A, then go to the data tab. Yes. And then text to column. Yes. Delimited, just keep it and click next. And then untick the tab and tick other and put the vertical line in that field. Sounds good. Click next and finish. Do you want to replace it? Yes, click OK. Cool. Now you have your data in the right format. If you want to change the length of the cells, you can simply click between the lines of each column, or as you see, Porty is selecting the whole column. Okay. If you want to make it like a table, you just need to select all the cells, then Control T. It shows you how to create a table. You see that I want to have headers, so tick that box. My table has headers. Click OK and click OK. So now you see that for all the ID, name, address, city, email, and etc., you have a drop-up menu on the top that you can go and search. So it makes the search much easier if you're looking for a specific email or if you're looking for a specific ID or address. So you have access to that drop-up menu. Okay, so click cancel. Then you just need to go to File on the top, File, and Save As. Browse. It's asking where do you want to save your file, so you can save it in your desktop if you wish, or any other location. And then you see that the file name is the same, but save as. Instead of .csv, click on that file save as type menu. Yeah, click here. And then you can select the first option as Excel workbook, XLSX. Cool. So keep the file name as it is and save as type instead of CSV. The assessment is asking to save it as an Excel format. Click on save. Yeah, you can save it in your downloads or desktop, wherever you wish. Okay, cool. And save. Done. So pretty simple. It says after reformatting your data, make sure to save it as an Excel spreadsheet like .xlx and save it. Also in section A in your assessment task, it's asking you to put your answer asking, considering this data will need to be formatted so it can be used by the other user, what would you say are two significant issues with the data in its current format in task 1, part A? So you just need to explain using data in that format. It's pretty hard to search, it's pretty hard to sort, it's not readable. So these are some main issues if you have data in the previous format. And also let me have a look in the chat as well. Data set it save as so it's not excellence, but the screen problem is how much is. Okay, cool. So that's for the first question. We successfully managed to reformat the Excel sheet. Now I'd like to go to question 2. Question 2, it says, as the system administrator at an IT solution company called Precision IT, you've been asked to use Active Directory to ensure that all new level 1 help desk support employees are only provided with read and write access to the organizational unit called IT department on the company's internal file system. In addition to this, all new employees must be required to immediately reset their password. To complete this task, you must first do the following. Using File Explorer, create a new folder, name it IT department, create a new user group called Level 1 Support that has read and write access to the IT department folder. And the full details of the new employees are as follows. So full name is Lan Win. Team is level 1 IT help desk support team. Security requirements, add the new user to the level 1 support user group. An employee must be required to change her password on the first login. Then it says using the Azure Lab virtual machine that you've been provided for this course, create a short screenshot video that verbally and physically demonstrate how you would use Active Directory to set up a new user. As discussed, you are flexible to create a video, but if it's pretty hard for you, if you don't have the software or if you don't know how to make video, taking screenshots is fine. Create a new folder called IT department, create a new user group called level 1 support, create a new user called LAN win, how to add new user to level 1 support group and how to set up a new employee. So she's required to change her password on the first login. Okay, so you need to take a screenshots. If you are taking a screenshots, you need to insert it in the space between question 2 and question 3, or if you're creating a video and making a video, make sure to upload your video as well. Okay, so let's you go to this task. Firstly, we need to log into your Microsoft Azure. Yes, so because it's a pretty big class, your Microsoft Azure might be a little bit slow, so please just be patient. As I explained in my email with the link to Microsoft Azure, firstly, you need to move the toggle from left to right, and please wait. As you see, it says starting. You need to wait for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, so it turns to blue and shows ready. As you see, it says starting. And I can see that you still have your previous unit lab as well, ICT networking with Nimi. Nimi is on leave, so I should go and delete that lab for you if you are not working on it anymore. Okay. Yes, Porty, we see only one screen and we see that you have so many applications and pinned on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm using actually my work laptop.
Yeah, that's okay.
There's no judgment here, Porty. No judgment at all.
Not for the judgment, I just have to be mindful of what I'm sharing. My work laptop.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I can see you have VS Code, you have OpenVPN, yeah, so many applications on the bottom. That's okay.
Otherwise, I'll be
Thank,
in trouble with the cyber team with my work.
thank you for volunteering to share as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
everyone else in here just casually breathing a sigh of relief, not having to go through it as well. So that way their desktop doesn't get picked apart.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Everyone would see everything on mine because it's Linux and go, what is actually going on? What's these programs?
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So now you see, yeah, just wait for a few seconds because for my class it's the first time that we are using Microsoft Azure. So please close this save as. That's the dialog box, just cancel it. Okay, now you see that toggle shows running and it turns to blue. After that, you need to click on that desktop icon. Yes, and then it will download an RDP file, as you see. Sometimes, depending to your browser, it may automatically download and goes to your folder with RDP. As you see, bsbxcs303.rdp. So it goes to your download folder, save it, that's fine. And then in your download folder, you need to go and run it, as you see. Okay, double click on that RDP file. RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. And as I explained before, you connect to a PC inside Weak Uni. So click on connect. Then it's asking for a password. Password is infotech. So when you finish the password, please just click on that eye icon on the right as well so we can see the password. Thank you. So it's infotech exclamation mark NF0. It's not O, it's 0. TE
Capital H.
capital H. Yes. Capital H infotech as the password. And then click OK. So are you sure you want to connect? Yes. And there we go. This environment is a PC. It's a virtual PC in VQuni premises. And what we want to do, we want to work in a Microsoft Windows server. So after you logged into this remote PC, please go and run Hyper-V. You see that there is a Hyper-V manager in desktop. Yes. Double click to start the Hyper-V manager. And as you see, there is only one Windows Server 2022 and a state it shows off. So in order to run it, you can double click on that Windows Server, or you can right click and click a start. Yeah, it's all up to you. Click a start. Yes, also, we discussed this, but thank you so much to Lynn as well. If you're using Mac computers, in order to open the RDP files, you need to download an application. So you see that there is a link provided by Lynn. So you can go download that application and then you are able to open that RDP file. If you're using Windows, that's totally easy and straight away. So click on connect. And I remember that in the previous class also you've been chatting about different applications that you may use for Mac computer, but here there is a link provided by Lynn. Cool. Then to log into the Windows server, you see the user is cert3IT administrator. Again, you need to use the same password, infotech, exclamation mark, NF0, TEC, capital H, and then, yep, sounds good. Okay, cool. So what I want to ask you, Porty, just keep the size of your Windows server as it is. Don't change it to full screen. It's pretty easier to do it this way because I got a couple of screenshots from you guys that you work in the remote desktop, not in the Windows server. So the assessment is asking you to perform your task on the Windows server, not on the remote desktop that you logged in. So make sure, as you see on top of this blue screen, you see Windows Server 2022. So please perform all of your tasks inside Windows Server, not on the remote machine. Cool. The first part of the assessment, it says go and create a new folder. Cool. As you see at the bottom, you see a folder icon on the taskbar. Just click on that folder. Yes, that's the file explorer. So click on it. And then it says on drive C, you need to create a folder. So you see this PC and you see local disk C. Okay, when you click on local disk C, you see there are already a couple of folders, program files, and etc., users and Windows. What we want to do, we want to create a new folder. So right click somewhere in the middle, yes, and new and folder. And name it IT department. Cool, pretty easy. We just went to the File Explorer. In the File Explorer, local disk C, right-click somewhere on the page, click on New Folder, and name it IT Department. The next section, Part 2, so you can take screenshots as well if you wish, just to show that this IT department has been created. So you can take a screenshot if you want to use a screenshot methods. So you can take a screenshot and insert it to your assessment task.
Done from my side, Amish. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. The next part is asking to create a level 1 support security group in Active Directory. Cool. After creating that folder, you can close that page or send it down. And then in the search bar, which says type here to search, just type Active Directory. As you see, there are a couple of options: Active Directory Administrator, Active Directory Site and Services, Active Directory Domain and Trust. So you just need to select the last one, Active Directory Users and Computers. Why? Because we want to create a new user.
Just FYI, the system is a bit slow, so
That's
you might.
okay. No rush. Yeah, there is no rush. We are just going slowly, slowly. So you see that it opened the Active Directory Users and Computers. And in the left menu, you see that cert3.it.com is the domain that we have. It's pretty the same. For example, in your workplace, they have their own domain. In Victoria University, we have the students.edu.au domain. And what we want to do, we want to create a new group. So you see that we have users in the middle. What you can do, you can right click on users and then click on new and group. So it's asking a group name, the group name, level 1 support. And as you see, it has a couple of other options like group scope. Do you want to have it as a domain or global? We keep it by default. Group type, security. We just leave it by default. You can take a screenshot. And then click OK. And you see that it created the level 1 support. You can see that here. So that's the group. It was pretty easy on the users. We just right click, new, and group. And then you name it level 1 support. We kept everything by default, global and security. And then click OK to save it. Then in the next section, it says give the level 1 support group read and write access to the IT department folder. Okay, so go back to your file explorer, IT department, just right click on the IT department, right click and go to properties. In the properties, you can go to the security tab. Yes. And in the security tab, you see group of usernames or creator, owner, system, administrator, and etc. So what we want to do, we want to give read and write access to IT department folder. Okay, so go back to your file explorer, please, and then click on edit. And in the edit, click add. Here in this search bar, just type level or level 1 and click on check name. You see that it automatically shows level 1 support. So we just wait for a few seconds to make sure that all of our classmates are following us. So what we did, we right click on the IT department folder. We repeat the whole process one more time. Properties, yes. And then in the properties, you just need to click on the security tab. Thank you so much, Borty. Yeah, you can be a good teacher, Borty. Click on edit, then click on add. Yes, and enter the object name. So we are looking for level 1. So you just need to type level 1, check name. Cool. You see that it find the level 1 support. Click OK. And then you see that level 1 support also has been added to this menu. Also on the bottom, you see permissions for level 1 support. You see full control, modify, read and execute, list folder, read and etc. The assessment says it needs to have read and write, only read and write. So we just tick read and write boxes and we tick all the other boxes. It means that this IT level 1, they don't have full control. Full control means they can delete it, they can modify it, they can execute or some things, but we just want to have read and write as the assessment asks. So only tick read and write boxes. If you want to take a screenshot, do that, click OK. Okay, so now you have read and write access to this IT department folder. It means that if you add any new user to this folder, they can only to level 1 support group. Level 1 support group only is able to read and write. If they try to delete the folder, they cannot. So that's one way. As you remember in our previous session when I was talking about how companies and organizations are able to protect their data, there have been a couple of different tools. One of them was access control. That's one of the tools that they have to manage access control. Now, level 1 support, probably level 1 support, they are new hire. Possible that they are not fully familiar with the systems, and sometimes unintentionally they may damage or delete some folders. In this case, they are able to read or write, but they are not able to delete or execute anything. Cool. That's done. The next section, it's asking to create a new user for LAN. It says create a new user for LAN win in Active Directory. Cool. So we just need to go back to Active Directory. If you close your Active Directory, again, it's pretty easy to open it in the search bar. You just need to type Active Directory and select Active Directory users and computers. Yes. There are another way. As you remember, for the previous case, we just right click and went to new option in the menu, but also you see there are a couple of icons on the tab bar. As you see, it's like a Caesar, a cross, and also there is something like a head. Yeah, here you see it says create a new user in this current container. You can click here as well also if you wish, or like before, you can right click on users, go to new and click on new user. Okay, so that's both are the same new user. You can get access to the same menu. Thank you so much. So two options to create a new user. So first name is Lan. Cool. Initials, you don't need it. Last name, it's Nguyen. Yes, great. For the user login name or logon name, you can put both first name and last name, or if you wish, you can put the first name with the first letter of last name, or the first letter of first name and the full last name. So it's up to you. You can just type PM, that's totally fine. It's up to you. You can just create a user like this, L dot win, or it's up to you. Or you can use the same name and last name as the user login. Usually companies, they may have the full first name and the first letter of last name, or sometimes they use the first name as full and the first letter of last name. It's all up to you. Or you can use this way, lan.win as well. It's up to you. It's all up to you. Okay. When you click on next, you see it has a couple of options. By default, it says user should change their password after the first login. So when they log in, it asks them and it pushes them to change their password. User cannot change their password. Password never expires, or some other settings that you see. Then it asks you to set a password. For this section, Microsoft Windows Server has some security by default. For example, if you create a user by the first name like LAN, and then you try to create a password containing LAN in the password, it doesn't accept. It says it doesn't meet the security requirement. If you try with a very short password, again, it doesn't accept, and it says it doesn't meet the password requirement. So just set a password and confirm it. And also the assessment says in the password, make sure that the user should change the password after the first login. So you see that it's ticked, and click next and click on finish. Done. So now you see the user has been created. LAN win, you see in the middle. Yes, that's the user. The same way you can create any other user. Okay. Yes, great. Thank you so much. Yes. For the final section in this question, so now we created a group for level 1 IT support. We created the folder, we created the new user. For the last section, what we want to do, we want to add LAN to this level 1 support group. So how to do that? You just need to double click on LAN win. So let's be a little bit slower. We just close this, double click on the user. You see there are a couple of tabs on the top, member of, dialing, environment, session, and some other things. If you click on member of, you see that it's just a member of a full domain. But we want to add her to the level 1 support. So we can click on add. And here again, you just need to type level 1, check name. You see the level 1 support automatically shows up. Click OK. And you see that now this user, LAN, not only is a member of the whole domain, but specifically, she is a member of level 1 support group as well. Okay, so you can take a screenshot if you wish, and then click on apply and OK. Thank you so much.
Can I ask a silly question?
Yeah, for sure. Why silly? Yeah, of course. You can ask any question.
How does Spotty does so quickly grabs the screen?
Ah, there is a tool, a snipping tool.
But
So
she does it so quickly.
yeah, she's so quick. Yes.
I just
And
didn't
then
want to interrupt the session, so I'm just like fast.
and then how do you save it? You are not saving it to any Word or something.
I am saving to my assessment page as well as we go. So if you look at my assessment page, I'm saving it as I go.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you can
okay.
you can copy and paste it, but for everyone out there who is interested, it's Windows Shift S is the keyboard command.
Windows Shift S. Okay.
Cool. So as you see, when we are working this way, we learn so many things. Cool. Thank you so much for contribution. That's okay, Jay. That's one way that you can add a LAN to the support level group. The other way that you can add a user to a group, you just need to go to the group if you wish. For example, you can find level 1 support under LAN. Yeah, you can double click on that. And members. If you go to the members tab, you can add LAN. You see that LAN is already added because we added her previously, but there are two options. You can add a user to a group by clicking on the user, going to the member of and add them to a group, or you can go to a group and add people to that group. So two options, it's all up to you. Cool, great. So done. Pretty easy. We done this second question as well. We created the folder, we created the user, we gave only read and write access, we set enforcing changing the password, and we added LAN to the level 1 support group. So awesome, it's all done. Let's do yes.
Do we have to log in as LAN and show whether she has access to the folder or not?
No, it's okay. It shows that. Yeah, no, you can if you want. Yeah, you can go and show that as well.
Okay. I'm just disconnecting from this particular session.
Now, I reckon it doesn't because it may confuse the class, but yeah, it's all done. So just let you leave it and keep it simple.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you want to do, but that's okay. That's totally fine. If you wish, guys, if you wish, I just leave it for you to try to test it. You can go and sign out from this PC because we logged in as administrator with the password of infotech. If you wish, you can sign out. And when you sign in, instead of signing it with the admin, you can sign in as LAN or any other user. For example, if you created a new user like Alex or Bob or John, and you gave them a password, so you can log out and log in with their credentials. But I leave it for you, and then you can see that you have access as a read and write only. So let's have a look on the assessment to see what is the next question. Okay, so the next question, question 3, it says fill in the table below and classifying whether the security event is likely to be a hardware malfunction, if it might be a cyber attacks, or if none of them. The first one is says when checking the Windows event log, a warning message is displayed that C drive has less than 5% free disk space. Windows event log, it's like a CCTV camera in your PC. Any event, any movement, any action, even if it's running on the background, will capture in Windows log. So it's out of the scope of cert 3, but in cert 4, if you proceed, we will work more with Windows event log. So that's a good tool when we want to go and have a look on what happens in the past. Here it says that when you have a look on Windows log, it says there is less than 5% of free disk space. Do you reckon it's a malfunction or an attack or none of them? So what do you think, guy? Do you reckon it's an attack? Do you reckon it's a malfunction? Or none of them, it's just a message?
Neither. It's just a message. It's just normal usage of a computer, just letting you
Correct.
know that it's almost full.
Yes, totally correct. So you can type C in this column, which means that none of them. And then in the reason for this classification, you say that it's a system message. It says that just like that, for example, in your car, you see your fuel light turns on when the fuel level is low. So it's not because your car is faulty. It just tells you that, hey, the car fuel level is too low. So it's a system message which tells you that your space is less than 5%. Cool. The second one, running the ping utility against the local PC, it shows approximately 70% packet lost instead of showing 100%. it shows 70%. So if you work in the networking, for my class, I know that you didn't have the networking, so we will have it later. But ping is a tool that we can test connectivity between multiple devices. With our port scanner, I had a quick chat about the ping, but when there is connection, it should be 100% loss when there is no connection, or it might be 100% success when the connection is up. Here it says it shows 70% packet lost. So do you reckon it's an attack, it's a malfunction, or none of them?
I have to agree with Stuart here. I was leaning towards hardware malfunction, where it's either the cables, the network card, but something physical.
Correct.
Um,
Yes.
I think it's none of them.
None of them? So why
Yes,
we are not getting
because
100%?
because what if the CPU is very loaded with some other thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll not get a ping coming back. The question is okay, if you consider as a hardware, then it
Mm-hmm.
is intermittent for 70%.
Yeah, and it would be
Whereas if the
100% loss. Yeah.
yeah, so if the CPU is very busy, you will lose the packets.
Okay, do we have any other one supporting this opinion as well? Do you reckon if the CPU is so busy, so we get 10%, 20%, 30%, so any other idea?
Yeah, and if it's a hardware malfunction, the physical it would be down. It's gonna be like 100% loss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if there's too much traffic on the network.
Yes, correct. So usually when something like that happens, what we do, we just repeat the ping. Sometimes it happens in the first ping attempt. You may get 20%, 25%, 25, not 70, because it sends 4 packets in Windows. So sometimes in the first attempt, you may have 1 or 2 packet dropped. You get 50% or 75% or 25%. But when you try for the second time, probably in the second attempt, the routers now they know the route, and probably you should get 100%. So for this one, the reasoning for both Francis and Rachel, it seems that it's reasonable. My opinion, it should be more close to hardware malfunction, but we don't know if it's the first attempt that we lost 70% or if it's the second attempt it's lost 70%. So it might be a malfunction, but also it might be none of them. It might be,
I,
as you say,
I
traffic
have
Maybe
in the
I have
network is
just
so high.
might
I have
just be a
seen
weak signal.
Maybe, yeah, it might be because of a network traffic too high, or it might be because of a malfunctions, the network card or in the cable links. So you can put both.
I have seen the
Or
internet card failure sometimes doing
yeah,
such
Okay.
or
things.
your laptop is not having the strength in terms of receiving the ping packets as well.
I
Mm.
Sometimes.
think the problem is if you start going into the what ifs, every single situation that we
Correct.
are about
Yes,
to
we
read
don't know.
from could be either a hardware malfunction or a cyber attack,
Correct.
depending on the certain set of circumstances. What is it most likely to be? Like even the question says classifying whether security event is likely to be. So if a ping is running a utility at approximately 70% packet loss, is it likely to be hardware? Is it likely to be a cyber attack, or is it likely to be neither of the above, i.e., like a system message, etc.?
Yes, your reasoning also is true. So it's more likely to be a hardware malfunctions, I believe, as well. Because if you want to consider ifs, so yeah, there might be other answers for each case as well. So most likely to be a hardware malfunction. There could be, yeah, thank you. So good explanation. There could be other situations and scenarios like busy network, congested network. But it's more likely to be a hardware malfunction. Network interface or network congestion. Definitely it's not an attack. The next section is asking about a CPU on your web server is overheating during peak times, even though the fan and the other hardware components on the servers appear to be functioning normally. And it says it's in the peak time. So in the peak time, a CPU on a web server is overheating. So do you reckon it's a hardware malfunction? Do you reckon it's a cyber attack? Or do you reckon it's none of them? Probably it's not a cyber attack because it's pretty common for the CPUs to get hacked. And it says it's in the peak time, it's not in random time or in quiet time. So it's not a cyber attack. Do you reckon it's a hardware malfunction? Or do you reckon it's none of this?
I mean, when the load is really high, the CPU obviously gets actually heated, but at times, sometimes even if it's actually the hardware related issue, it could be also be. So it is A or neither. It could fall under both the scenarios.
Yes.
While overheating would indicate that it is going over its recommended threshold for heating absorption. So you could argue that a hardware malfunction is taking place, but not on the CPU, but on the thermal paste, the cooling parts of the CPU, not necessarily fans or like that, but it could be a call to arms to look at thermal paste or other cooling options if it can't handle the load.
Correct. Yeah. So it's more likely it's a hardware malfunction. And as you mentioned, yeah, it might be for different reasons. For example, it might be because of the thermal paste, it might be dried, it might be dust, it might be poor ventilation, all of those things. Or it might be hot. Imagine that it's 40 degree, we don't know, we don't have any information, but because it's overheating, probably the cooling system, including the fans, thermal paste, enough ventilation, and etc., probably they don't work appropriately. So it might be a hardware malfunction, but not essentially because of CPU. It might be because of fan or
Could it be because of the um, incorrect specifications? Because imagine it is just installed and the specifications are wrong, so the heat sink is not big enough. Then it could heat
yes,
up.
a specification. You mean
I mean, what
in
I'm
terms of
trying to say,
assembly?
the capacity of the
Yeah,
sink
might be.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fans.
It might be. Yes. For example, it might be a pretty small case,
Yes.
and the CPU generates too much heat, so there is not enough space inside the case. It might be the server room is too hot. Yeah, all of those things might be a reason. Yes. And this method of thinking is fine. It's great because when we get some problems like that, we don't know. There might be 200 different reasons from hardware malfunctions, from ventilation, from dust, so many things. Yeah, it might be because of having a not appropriate case, or CPU is too big, or the load is too high. Yeah, all of those things. Correct. The next one, a user from IP address 45.42.151.19 attempted to connect to our FTP server more than 5 times in a quick time using different passwords. So it's an obvious attack. Yeah, someone is trying in a very short time. They tried with different passwords in a short time. So yeah, there is no doubt that it's login attempts with different passwords. It might be a brute force attack, and yeah, it's a cyber attack. So there is no argue with for this one. Yeah, Karen, yeah. The next one, a backup of the CRM database could not be restored because a member of the IT team had accidentally overwritten the backup disk with some other files. So they had a backup, but they are not able to use the backup. Why? Because one of the IT team accidentally overwrite the backup disk with another file. So it's not an attack and it's not a hardware malfunction, it's a human error. Yeah, you just need to say this is a human error or operational mistake. And obviously, it's not an attack, it's not a hardware malfunction. Cool. The next one, on a scan of a user's mobile phone, it shows the presence of rat. What is a rat? Do we know what is rat?
Remote access Trojan.
Yes, remote access Trojan. It's a type of malicious software that installed intentionally to gain unauthorized access. So it's a Trojan. It's a standing for remote access Trojan. Is it an attack? Yes. So you can say a rat. It's a remote access Trojan, which is a software to get unauthorized access to a system. Cool. The last item, a scan of a user's mobile phone. It shows the presence of ad tracking cookies. So do you reckon it's an attack? Do you reckon it's a hardware malfunction or none of them?
Yeah, it's definitely an attack.
Okay.
Definitely
Well,
not, because any
Yeah,
searching online, you get cookies on every website you go to, and that is, yeah, every
I was
single
just about to
advertiser.
say. Yeah, I was just
It's
about to say,
nothing.
Stuart. Each like website you now go to, the companies now track your movement through the internet, so that way they can better advertise products to you. And that's why whenever you visit a new website, most websites will have, do you wish to accept all our cookies? And this is part of that, is so that way they can track you as you move through, and then, target ads to things that you might potentially say. Like, for example, if you're constantly talking about how you need to go to the doctors, you may see lots of ads all of a sudden about your local doctors and when they're available to schedule you in.
so you believe it's not an attack? Yep.
I'm still saying it's an attack. Attack
That's
of
the case.
Marketing
society.
tactics are an attack on people's privacy.
Okay, so we have two opinions. If it's an attack, if it's not an attack. It's a moral attack, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not an attack. It's not hardware assault. It doesn't meet the definitions.
Yes. So my opinion is mainly they are not an attack. It's highly possible when you visit a website, you may click on those cookies. It might be sometimes, as you mentioned, it might be violating the privacy as well. But heaps of the time, when you click a website, they automatic, or sometimes they ask you, do you want to accept this cookie? And you say yes. So mainly these ad tracking cookies are used for marketing and analytics. Definitely it's not a hardware problem and it's pretty unlikely to be. It might be, but most likely, because at the beginning of the question it said most likely, so probably it should be none of them. But still there might be cases of having ad tracking cookies as an attack installed on your devices. Cool. Then the section B is asking for any one of these items you identify as a hardware malfunction. Complete the following equipments. So which one was a malfunction? Malfunctions. We had ping issue and we had CPU issue. So these two are malfunctions. So for each of them, you can complete this table. For example, for the CPU, equipment name for equipment or description. So you can say the web server, CPU, or cooling system. Or cooling system, where it might be the location. Location is usually in the server room. Brief description of the fault. So CPU is overheating during peak usage periods. Okay, yeah, I was reading what are you talking about the supermarkets. Look up dynamic pricing. Yeah, okay. Then it's talking about the WHS implications. WHS stands for Work Health and Safety. So what might be the WHS implications? So there might be the risk of having fire, equipment damage, for example, equipment damage. But what else? WHS technicians, for example, technicians might be at risk of being electrocuted or burning risk, for example. From this coming February, Victoria University, we are starting new courses in data centers with the cooperation with Microsoft, and we will provide two courses for data center. One of the courses that we are offering from this next coming February is HVAC, which is ventilation, heating, and air conditioning systems in big data centers. So if you are interested, it's talking about this work health and safety, security measures, and it's highly in demand. There are so many data centers, not just the big ones like Microsoft and AWS. There are so many data centers that are looking for qualified people for physical maintenance of their data center. So please have a look on our websites in 2026. And if you're interested, it should be delivering only face to face because in our contract with Microsoft, we are just allowed to deliver the course face to face, not online. I'm still not 100% sure in how many days. It might be 2 or 3 days running in one of our campuses, but I'm 100% sure that from February, we are running data center courses in Vic Uni. We are the second provider in Australia. The first one is TAFE New South Wales. They already have these data center courses running, and we are the second one running data center qualifications. And I know that there are two courses. One is talking about virtualizations and the technical aspect of data center, and the second one is talking about the physical maintenance, cooling, ventilation, and etc. Cool. Let's move on. Action taken after WHS implications. So action taken, what might be the actions? For example, turning off the server shut down, inspecting the server, checking fans, checking the thermal paste, checking the temperature in the server room.
Putting the pedestal fan.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, air cons or pedal fans, yeah. Checking the temperature in the server room. Yeah, all of these things. Amazon Trail and Amazon Fresh grocery store in the UK, where you can scan your phone at the door, grab your food, okay, it's insane. And reported by, so just put down your own name, reported by you, Porty, date, put the today date, and handled by IT department, for example.
Just a question.
Yes.
If you turn off the server, if you shut down the server, what would the business impact would be?
Yeah, so usually businesses they don't only rely on one single server. Probably they should have a backup as well. There are a couple of different types of backup. Some backups they are hot backup. It means that there should be no interruption when you shut down a server. There is another live one which automatically comes to operation. Sometimes it might be a cold backup. It means that all the data are running in another server. It may take a few minutes to run it. Heaps of the time, big businesses they have a server in the cloud, so automatically it will switch. But in the worst case scenario, if I'm running a small business and that's the only PC that I have, so my services will be not available. My website goes down when I shut down the server. There is no choice. It's better to see that our server burns out.
Or they
But
can dynamically increase the resource.
Yes, you will learn about that in the cloud unit. Yes, in the cloud unit, you will see, for example, we are able to set up some triggers. If the CPU load or if the temperature goes over a threshold, like CPU goes over 70% or temperature goes up, it will automatically trigger another server. It automatically start a new virtual machine just to come and support. And when the CPU rate or the temperature goes down, for example, to below 40% or 30%, it automatically shut down. Yes, we can use those technologies as well. But yeah, it's pretty rare to have a business running and relying only one single server. Cool. Let's you move to question 4. Workplace scenario. Your new IT manager, Vicky, has recently developed a new data backup procedure for all CRM data, and as system administrator, would like to assist her with setting up something. The default details of the new backup procedures are as follows: backup configuration, custom, file to be backed up, CRM data folder on the C drive, backup times daily at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., backup destination, backup to a shared network folder, and remote share folder location should be CRM data backup folder in the C drive. Using the Azure Lab virtual machine that you've been provided, just go and complete these tasks. Okay, so let's go back. What we want to do, we want to back up our customers' data or client data 2 times in a day. Big businesses like banks, they may back up their data every minute. But for this business, 2 times in a day, it should be fine. 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, let's you complete this task. Go back to your Microsoft Azure Lab. So firstly, what we want to do, we are in the C drive, and firstly create 2 folders. One folder, name it CRM data. And also create another folder and name it CRM data backup. Okay, now we have one folder to save our customer data, another one for backup. So please go to the CRM data folder. Oh, your virtual machine shut down. Sorry for you. You just need to turn it on again. Here we just create a TXT file. So right click and create a new TXT file just to test and name it test, for example, test, backup test or something. Just type test. T-E-S-T. Test. Test document. Yeah, cool. So that's the test. Just open that text file and type this is only a test for CRM backup. Okay, Control S to save it or file, save, done, close it. Okay, so we created this TXT file. Imagine this TXT file is our customer's data, for example. So save it and close it. Done. So what we want to do now, we want to go and back up this folder, this CRM data folder. How to do that? Firstly, right click on, go back to the folder. In order to do a backup for our folders, we need to enable a feature in Active Directory. But firstly, let's see that. Here in the CRM data folder, just right click, not the backup, on the CRM data. Yeah, right click, and in the right click, go to the security tab, properties and security tab. In the security tab, click edit and click add. And here type administrator. So it doesn't find anything. That's okay. So what we want to do, firstly, we need to go and enable it in the Active Directory. So send this page down.
Shouldn't it actually find because it's already added here?
But we want to give backup features to the administrator. So we need to enable that feature in the backup. So send all of this down and we repeat the process again one more time. So just send all down or close it. In the search tab, just search for server manager. Okay, so open server manager. Server manager is a feature in Windows Server that you can install multiple roles and features. Firstly, you just need to wait for the servers to boot up.
Question, Amir, while we're
Yes.
waiting for that. Is question number 4 related to question number 2 in the task, assessment task 2?
Question number 4.
The one we're working now, is this related to number 2?
Number 2, no, number 2, we just created a user, a group, and we added that user to the group. In this question, we are creating a backup.
Okay, because in number 2, it says if you're a new user, you need to log on. Because Vicky Johnston in number 4, question 4 is a new IT manager. So that's my question.
Yeah, so I reckon we can imagine that there are 2 different questions. So with that, question 2, IT department level 1. Yeah, I reckon we can imagine that this question 4 is a completely independent question.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so let you go back to the server manager. And in the server manager, please just go back to explain it from the beginning again. Go back to dashboard. In the dashboard, you see we have add roles and features. So click on add roles and feature. And then click next. So what we want to do, we want to add a new feature. So it's asking about role-based or remote desktop. So role-based is fine. We don't change anything. Go next. Here we have only one domain, so we just keep it as the domain and click next. Here you have the roles. Servers, as discussed before, they can play so many different roles. Or we may have a dedicated server. You see Active Directory, you see Hyper-V, DHCP server, fax server. There are so many services. So we don't want to install a new role. We just want to install a new feature. So again, go next. Here in the features, if you just go down, you see that there is Windows Server Backup. Yes. Okay, so tick that box, Windows Server Backup. And you can take a screenshot as well. Okay, and then click on install. It takes a few seconds to install this feature. And then this Windows Server will be able to back up our data as well. Okay, Sarbojit, I check your virtual machine as well to see what might be the problem.
Amir, are we supposed to do this while you're showing us?
You can do it now, or you can just watch the recording later.
Yeah, no, I've been just watching it.
That's okay, yeah. Just let me to double check if I'm recording. I hope, yes, it's recording. Cool. Okay, yes.
Installation is completed.
Yeah, completed, so close it. Okay, now we have the backup feature enabled and installed as well. So one more time, you just need to go back to the CRM data folder, right click on it, go to properties. go to properties, and then in the properties, you just need to go to the security tab. Yeah, administrator is already there, so we don't need to add it. It's already here. Then full control. Yes, we have full control, apply, everything is fine. Do the same things for the CRM data backup. Right click, properties, security, administrators is there, full control. Okay, everything looks fine. So now what we want to do, we want to add administrator to the backup operators. In the server manager, we just went to the Active Directory and we enabled the backup feature. So one more time, please go to the Active Directory users. Active Directory users and computers, yes. Then here, users, yes, you have. Okay, so administrator is in the top. Yep. You can see, yeah, administrator is on the top. In member of, click add. And here type backup, just type back. And check name. Okay, backup operator. So take a screenshot from this. Which means that these administrators, now they have access to the backup feature as well, backup operators. Cool, click OK and apply and OK. So now your admins have access to the backup operator. Cool, so this section done. And you took the screenshot as well. Now what we want to do, we want to share the CRM data backup folder as a network backup destination. So in your C drive, now you have the CRM data backup. What we want to do, we want to make it a network folder. So please go to properties. And then this time you just need to go to the sharing tab. And in the sharing tab, just click on advanced sharing. Click that box, share this folder. So share name is CRM data backup. That's fine. Comment if you want to put a comment, otherwise it doesn't need it. Click on permissions and click on add. And type administrator. Okay, select the first one, administrator, and click OK. So you can take a screenshot of this as well, which means the administrator now they have access to the CRM data backup folder and they have full control.
Can I ask a question here? Why do we need to do the network sharing when the administrator has got full access?
So network sharing, if for example, imagine that I'm an admin and there are a couple of campuses, there are a couple of branches. So when I have to the network folder, when I give access to the network backup destination, it doesn't matter where I'm located. I might be in another campus. I might be in another.
Okay. So that's a question asked actually. That's in the question, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the question, the question also is asking you
to do
to
that,
change the
because
folder as a network backup
it
destination.
was not necessary if it was on the same machine.
No, the question is asking to save it on a network.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go back to see what happened. CRM data backup, sharing in the sharing.
Sorry, Amel. Sorry to interrupt you over there. With the network question, where was it actually? I just lost track of it. Where's the network thing?
Networking, yeah, if you just go up, go up. Go up. Okay, what it says, configuring file to backup destination, backup to a shared network folder. Can you see? Go one line below. Yeah, here. Backup to
Oh
destination,
yeah. Okay, makes sense.
shared
Yeah.
network folder. It says it should be on a network folder.
Got it. Thank you.
Don't you have to put Vicky Johnston, the name?
No, Vicky
No?
Johnson, no, we don't need it. No.
Okay. All right. So it's just a name there. Yeah, okay. Thank
Okay, cool. So select user, click OK, and apply.
Sorry, just one more final question. In regards with taking screenshot for the network thing, where do you want to add it over there? Because the questions which they've asked is pretty much user permissions and etc. For the network screenshot which we just took, where do you want to put that? Doesn't have a
Okay.
section.
Yeah, so let you, yeah, we are working on it. Yes. So when you go to the share this folder, you set the share name to something like CRM data backup. Let you go back to the assessment, to the folder. Yeah. So let you close this and start again. Okay, apply. Okay. So go back again, right click on CRM data backup, properties, sharing, advanced sharing. And yeah, if you go back, you see the network path as well. Go back. You're very fast. So just close these permissions to CRM backup. Go to permission. Oh yeah, here. You see network path is here. It says that it's in /win 90 something CRM data backup. So it's a network path to get access to this folder.
I was talking about where do you want to put the screenshot in the assessment page?
Oh, so just put it underneath of that screenshot that you had it at the bottom. Go down.
Okay.
Okay. So go up. After this last screenshot, you can insert it here.
Okay. Because there's no specific question for
Makes sense. I understand that. Yeah, there is no specific question, but in the task it says it should be in a network.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
And copy this network path as well because we need it. Just copy that. Cool. Done. So what we did, share the CRM data backup folder as a network destination. What we need to do for the last section of this task to configure the Windows server at 2 times at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. to start the recording. So close these CRM data backup properties and close your yeah, go and in the search bar type for backup. Okay, so you see Windows Server backup started. Yeah, you just need to wait for a few seconds. So as you see, it says reading data, please wait. What we want to do, we want to back up this server. Imagine that it might be a local grocery shop, it might be a local mechanic shop or whatever, and they want to back up their server. So if something happened to the server, they don't lose. And that's a real case. I was talking with a couple of these guys that they are running a local small business. Heaps of them, unfortunately, they don't have enough information about the very basic cybersecurity and IT things. And with one of those guys, he said that unfortunately he lost his customer database. Imagine that they've been in business for 10, 15 years. They had like 200, 300 local customers, all the history of purchases, contact detail, they all saved on a local PC and they lost it. He said that I sent my PC to a technician and they said we don't guarantee, but we charge you like $5,000 or $10,000 to see if you are able to retrieve your data, and they couldn't. Cool. So let's go back to the server. Click on local backup on the top left in your Windows server. Yeah, click here. And then you see backup schedule or backup schedule. So click. Then it has a wizard, backup schedule wizard. Click next. So do you want to back up the whole server? No, we want to do a custom backup. The reason is the question is asking for that. I want to choose custom volumes, files, or backup. Click next. Add item. So it's asking you what do you want to back up. So you just need to expand local disk C and only tick CRM data folder. We just want to back up this folder. So you see that there is a box left to the CRM data. Just tick that box. And you need to tick the box as well. So don't forget to tick the box.
Not that.
Yeah, just tick, yeah. So untick the txt file. Yeah, just the folder. Click OK. So only we are backupping this folder. Otherwise, it takes too much space if you want to do a full backup. Cool. Next. Then it asks you how often you want to back up this folder. Once a day or more than once a day. So we want to back up 2 times a day. Click on more than once at 1 p.m. So go down and find 1 p.m. That's 1 a.m. Go down, 1 p.m. at 9 p.m. just remove and add 7 p.m. and take a screenshot. Cool. Then click, yeah, just save your screenshot. Okay, so now you set the time 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Then click next. Then it's asked where do you want to store that backup? Backup to a hard disk, backup to a volume, or backup to a shared network folder. So we want to backup to a shared network folder. And click next. It gives you a warning when you use a remote share folder as the storage destination. Each backup will erase the previous backup. Do you want to proceed? Click yes. Okay. Then it asks you for the location of that file. It was the backup folder. You are in the CRM data, so you just need to go to the CRM data backup folder. Yeah. Yes. Cool. And then click next. Then it asks for the username and password. So username is administrator, and the password infotech, exclamation mark NF0 TEC capital H. Click OK. Maybe you need to put administrator with capital A.
I think you need to go back and add the permissions under the shared network folder.
Yeah, so let's go and double check that.
Now under the
It's
advanced sharing. Under
go to
under backup. And then sharing. Then advanced sharing and permissions and administrator full control.
Yes, we didn't tick that box. So full control, apply. Yeah, thank you so much, Lynn. We forgot.
Yeah, it messed me up when I was first doing
Oh,
it.
you didn't click on apply. So go back. Properties, sharing, advanced sharing, permissions. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. And okay. Close. So one more time, put the administrator. Cool. So take a screenshot of that. So if you have a look on the system time, you see that it's 12:05 a.m. As you see, the system time in that PC, it's 12 after midnight. But your backup will be generated at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So now your task is done. You can click on finish. And if you go back and check the data, CRM data backup folder after a few hours, after technically it's 12 a.m. after 12 over 7, 19 hours. So at 7 p.m., it will create a backup. And you can see the backup in the CRM data backup folder. If you now go back to the CRM data backup folder, it's empty. It doesn't show anything because the first backup will be generated at 1 p.m. So if you go and log in back again, like after 1 p.m., you see there is a backup. If you want to test, after creating the backup, you can go back to the test file and change it. In our CRM data, we created a txt file and we put a sentence in that file. We said this is a test. So after the first backup, you can go and change this sentence and wait till the next backup at 7 p.m. and you see that the file will change and the original file gets deleted. So cool. That's all. The next question I reckon is just short answers questions asking you about now that you have successfully completed your backup, how could you check that the data you have backed up is accurate, up to date, and complete? As I mentioned, you just need to wait for the first backup just to make sure that the backup is working. Then you can change your file to something different, wait for the second backup, and make sure that it's working. Also, you can go, if you wish, you can go to the event viewer and Windows Server backup logs just to make sure that it generates some logs. Question 6 is asking about describing how you would conduct a privacy impact assessment for backup. So all of the questions I reckon are short answer questions, asking you to explain in 50 to 100 words. So you just need to do a quick search. It's talking about the privacy. It's talking about the privacy impact assessment report. And yeah, I reckon it should be pretty easy for you to answer those questions. So thank you so much, Porty, for helping us. So usually that's the style that I go to the practical questions in my classes, and I reckon that's a baby because it will help us to remember for a longer time. Is there any question, guys? Or if not, Porty can stop sharing.
Is that all for the assessment too?
That's all, but question 6 and 5, you just need to explain in a few words the impact
Okay.
of backup procedure, the impact of privacy reports, and yeah, there are a couple of, as you see, there are a couple of short answer questions that you need to answer. But for the practical ones, that's everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I will upload the recording shortly. Sometimes it takes a bit of time, so I can get it in my Zoom, but I will upload it as soon as possible. I do my best to upload it by tonight's session. And that's all. So again, thank you so much to Porty for sharing her screen and helping us to complete the questions. Also, thank you so much to all of you guys that you contributed to the chat box. Luis, Sierra, Dan, Lean, Ivan, as usual, helping us a lot. Estart, and yeah, I'm reading your messages in the chat box as well. Thank you so much for all of your contributions. That's a very active class, to be honest. And I hope that you enjoyed the session. I stopped the recordings.